Lennon, Daniel Lennon.
We're live.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, a matter of fact, I just repaired an ugly box for him.
You might want
I can see me right through that thing.
Oh, Lordy.
That makes the book so much better.
My face shines right through that Post-it note.
That's the way to read the book.
Listen, I'm gonna announce it now while people are coming in. Last chance, because I know a lot of you guys don't tune in to the last second. If you are going to FH10, if you're planning on going to FH10 and you have not bought a ticket yet, okay, PM me privately, because I'm not going to be able to read it on the chat, because we have thanks to our buddies Ann and Tom Kingery, we have an entry into FH10, a free entry into FH10. So if you're going to have a ticket, let me know. PM me. I'll check them before we spin the wheel, and I'll add anybody else, because it's a big wheel, because you got a really good chance of getting in.
Hey, not too many people, and that gets you to FH10, where
like Roger was telling me, it's late in the season. Most people got their tickets.
Where you get to hang out with me and Ronnie.
Get a ticket anyway.
Get a ticket anyway. Come anyway. Listen. It's gonna be again. It's gonna be epic, man. It's a great time. I'm starting. I mean, I'm itching to go. Just don't know about my concierge service that's gonna be down there. It's like you're feeling.
I'll read from the chat. It's only Monday, guys. Pace yourselves.
It is a tough Monday for me, man. I got no sleep last night. I usually sleep good. I'm tough today, dude. It's a bad day.
It's so funny you say that, dude. I've been like dozing off all day, just not sleeping well.
It's just a bad day for me. Just everything going on, and it's tough. Things are tough, but before we get into anything, I just got to say hello to someone out there who knows who they are. They sent me something. They sent me something really nice in the mail.
Chocolate?
No. But it was the nicest gesture, and I returned it with a nice little gift.
Oh, did you finally? You finally got around to doing that?
Yeah, I
That's
did.
Good. That was sweet. That was very sweet.
Yeah. Listen, guys, you have to understand one thing. 99% of the stuff I say on this show
is BS.
It's bullshit. Yeah. So don't always fall into my trap of me crying like Frank. My stuff is fake, and it was very nice. And it was another person.
That was exceptionally sweet. It really, truly
there was another person that kind of did the same thing, but I don't like him, so I didn't.
Yes, he said chocolate.
That guy I don't like.
Remember, if you guys can remember back in the mid '60s, a show called Soupy Sales.
I wasn't born yet.
Well, yeah, I wasn't even born yet. The mid '60s.
Stop. He did a kids show. Might have been late '60s.
No, I remember Soupy Sales. Yeah.
I remember Soupy. I read about him in a history book. Okay.
Yeah, he went on public air. This is in New York State. Up here. It was big.
It was down here too, I think. But
yeah, Soupy Sales show was national.
He told the kids to go sneak into their parents' wallets and take out $1 or $2 and mail it to them. Well, guess what? He got kicked off the show after that. So if you're doing any stuff like that,
there was a guy, and this was not that long ago. This was probably 10 or 15, maybe 20 years ago. A guy took out an ad in the New York Times personals, and it said nothing at all except send $1 and a PO box. And he got arrested because he got $1 million.
Yeah, like why do you get in trouble for that?
And they said there was some kind of law against doing that, and they charged him with it. And he made it. And he said it wasn't like he was offering anything. Send $1, and he gave a PO box, and 1 million people.
Yeah, and yet here we have Frank taking a couple of wires, right? Taking a couple of wires and splicing them together and selling this thing called the Ugly Box.
Listen,
and there's no law against that crap.
You tell your grandkids that 100 years from now they'll see me in the history books with this genius.
No, they're not. No, first of all, they're not. Okay.
Listen, people around here call me Oppenheimer. I'm just telling you that.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I don't think you want to be equated with him.
I think he was just misunderstood.
I think Tesla would have been a better choice.
Yeah, no, I like Oppenheimer. The movie was awesome.
All right, I want to ask you a question. This has been kind of in my mind.
About this big. The fish I caught.
Oh. So now, you know what? I've been watching a lot of YouTube and a lot of YouTube videos and detecting videos, and listen, some of them are hard to believe, but
it's hard to believe. Some of them, dude, I've resorted to blatantly calling them liars now.
Well, no, but there was one good one. There was a good one, and a guy was using the Manticore, and I was impressed. And it was no, dude, he wasn't finding ancient tombs.
Right.
He wasn't finding gold rings popping out anywhere, but he was in a muddy area digging out coins, and I kind of was impressed at what I was seeing out of this machine. Let's
just say I'm throwing myself into it completely. Actually, people have been asking why I sold the CTX 3030, and I just want to tell everybody, I've been watching these YouTube videos, and from now on, I'm just going to drag a Garrett Carrot behind me and find these boxes.
Well, hold on a minute. Wait, and Ronnie's going to be my witness here. You said you'd never let go of the CTX.
If there wasn't another CTX in the house, it would have been harder to let go of.
But that's not yours.
I have full access.
Can I clarify something?
Go ahead.
Today, just by chance, I was looking at the dealer's pricing sheets.
Yeah.
And each model has a 4-digit code before it.
Right.
And then another 4-digit code after it, separated by a dash.
Oh,
so as I was looking through the pricing, for some pricing with the Manticore, now on your Equinox series, the identification number is 3820 or something like that. The Vanquish is 372202. The CTX is 3822, something like that. And believe it or not, the Manticore has the same prefix number as the CTX.
How about that?
And if you think back, they've been talking about this new CTX. I think that's your new CTX.
Well, like I said, Celeste has a lovely CTX.
No,
graciously said I could use if I needed to. Of course,
yeah,
when she's not looking, we're gonna mark off the Gary Drayton name she has tattooed on the side of it.
Funny.
But you literally now see, and I'm going to break your stones about it. But obviously, you have enough. What do we put? Credibility, or enough to say you're the Manticore is it.
Masters of Metal changed my opinion. One, it was ridiculously tough to dig, and even folks from Mind Lab were telling me you're going to do so much better with the CTX. When I finally switched out, first of all, it was muddy. It was horrible digging. The ground was like like West Virginia ground. I mean, it was just thick clay and horrible on the machine. And literally, I couldn't swing it anymore. It was very, very heavy. I took out, when I finally switched out to the Manicore, I had wiped out all the settings, all the tweaking and everything I did. I was basically running it open screen. I had a little bit of Ferris setting on it and, adjusted the sensitivity a little bit. And I really wasn't seeing any difference. I was getting just the problems the CTX had were the problems the Manicore had. The depth the CTX was getting, that was the depth that the Manicore was getting. By the time I got done, that I was like, well, if I'm getting the same result, why am I swinging this big machine?
But you sold it.
Yeah, I did. I sold it.
I never thought you would do that.
Because I take the Manicore out, I threw it on the beach, and instead of taking 2 seconds to adjust it out, if it's a little shattery, I go back and I get the CTX. And I wasn't. Listen, don't anybody think I'm telling you? I hate the term CTX is obsolete technology. The CTX is still, as far as I'm concerned, pound for pound, it's still the best machine out there.
Why'd you sell it then?
Because I can do everything that I was doing with the CTX with the Manicore, and I didn't have to wait.
Don Wentz said Celeste will never let you use that CTX after the crockpot incident.
I'm hoping I never have to. I'm hoping I don't go back to it.
What? I don't know what happened with the crockpot. Can you tell me?
So I had made dinner the other night. I had slow roasted a beautiful pork roast, and Celeste's mom came over and we ate. It was wonderful. I made bruschetta, everything.
You are the perfect housewife.
So I know I am. So I had the empty crock pot sitting on the stove because my kitchen is small, guys, and I have a glass top stove, so I use that. That takes up some of the counter space. And not that I spoil my dogs, but I was cooking up a little chicken and a little roast beef, and for them. And I pushed the crock pot out of the way so it wasn't over the burner I was using. It went to the back of the stove and kicked on the back burner. I never knew it.
It's electric, isn't it?
My stove is.
Yeah.
So I was sitting there and I was cooking, and Celeste goes, I smell some smoke. I looked over and there was just smoke. Wait a minute. I want to show you something. Hold on.
Again, he just walked right away from the show.
Hold on.
Oh, I'll be back.
Wait.
What a moron. What a boob. I got to work with this guy.
This is the, first of all, it was a lovely crock pot. This is the bottom of my crock pot.
Oh my God. But where did that melt to?
The top of my glass top stove.
No, does that come off?
No, you know what? It came off real easy. Once it cooled, I heated it up, and as it started to get warm, I just chipped it, came right off almost in one piece.
You got one of them glass burner stoves with the glass on top?
Yeah.
You got a coffee maker, right?
I got a coffee maker. I got a brand spanking new ice maker.
I like to wake up in the morning and have coffee.
Yeah. You're the only one. I go through 2 to 3 cups every morning. Although I got to tell you, I was a little upset this morning because I've been past couple of days. I've been very tired. I was off my diabetes medication because I ran out and just never went and got it refilled.
Nice.
So I started again. My sugar wasn't that terrible, but I started again. And when you start over again, you go through 2-3 days of just like blindingly sleepy. So that's been my problem for 2 days. So I went and I was running out of coffee, so I ran across the street and I got a brand new thing at Dunkin'.
So all right, let me ask you another couple.
Decaf. I bought decaf by.
And how many bathrooms you got in that joint?
2.
All right, good. That's cool. All right, because.
Oh, and by the way, the bed I told you was rock hard.
Yeah.
That's the one you slept on when you were here last time.
Oh, I had no problem with that.
Yeah, that's the same bed. We didn't have
and my last one is I just need like 2 or 3 pillows and I'll be good.
There's probably 4 on that bed.
And I don't care if the dog cuddles with me.
Okay, that's good. Rico will be happy to hear that.
Oh, Rico's a fat little pug.
No, actually, Rico has lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
They're on a high protein diet. I took Steve Mac. It was working for Steve McAvoy, so I decided I was going to put my dogs on it.
Oh, really? The, is
Listen,
it dog's, is it dog's hair?
Rico's trimming down, baby.
Is the dog's hair real long?
No, it's falling out, but that's a different story.
So all right, but listen, back to my video. Is this is it called the number 12 line or the Ferris non-Ferris line? I mean,
we call it the 12 line. It's the Ferris line.
Oh, now this is a secret club.
Well, no, it's not secret. It's just very select.
Oh, select few that I'm not involved with now because I don't have one.
Do you have a Manicore? We don't let Deus people in the select club of Manicore.
You're going to let this Deus guy in. So, but is that like you? I know you raved about it, and I'm watching this guy use this thing, and he's like, "Yeah, this is on that line." I mean, is that really that reliable?
That's one of the things. So you use the CTX 3030, and you know that generally speaking, anything with a 12, anything that's going to be good to dig is going to fall in that 12 range. And sometimes it bumps to 13. Sometimes your buttons will come in 11. But generally speaking, anything decent to dig is coming with that number 12 in front of it.
Right.
Well, this is the 12 line. And the cool thing about the Manicore that I found so far is the 12 line does not lie to you. That is my absolute favorite part of this whole thing. If it's touching that 12 line, it is non-Ferris.
Now, Ferris, how far away from the line does it show?
So Ferris is the upper section of that screen, and Ferris can go anywhere from the top of that line to the top of the screen. But you have a Ferris setting, which will eliminate a lot of that.
I'm just saying, man, I couldn't see the face of the machine, but I'm just saying that, I mean, this thing is, and it's like almost every other machine. Let's face it. When the CTX came out, people were like, I don't like it. I'm throwing it away. And it seems like, new machines as intricate as these that have learning curves will say, take a little while for, because you took forever.
The CTX was, no matter, because I had gone through several machines before the CTX, and I went from one and I went to another one, and I liked them. But the CTX at $2,500, I was learning that freaking machine. One way or another, I was going to learn that machine. That was a
lot of people gave up. But what I'm saying is, you do need to, like, you didn't come. You're like, I'm reserving the Manicore. I'm not coming out with a review. Like, it took you like 8 years to come out with a review for that machine because because it takes a while, and it seems like it takes people a good amount of time to learn this machine. But then, like the CTX, man, all of a sudden it clicks.
And that's the thing. There was stuff when I was learning the CTX. There was stuff that didn't make any sense to me. Hell, when I was using the CTX, start with the CTX, I kept going back to the V3i and to the other white I was using. I forget what it is, MXT. And then eventually, you stop looking at everybody's suggestions and you play with the machine, and then stuff starts to make sense to you. And that's how it was with it, because it was just so easy for me to go back to the CTX. But the depth with the Manicore is there. It doesn't miss any targets. And the fact of the matter is that the real separation of the Manicore from the CTX is, I don't want to say the CTX is old technology. CTX is slower technology, which is great for getting really, really deep, but not necessarily great for seeing the tiniest things real deep. And that's the difference with the Manicore. The Manicore sees deep and it sees small. And not that makes any big difference, but if it sees small at big, big depth, it sees normal size stuff at normal depth really, really, really good. The trick is quieting it down, and it's not the CTX, but it can do everything the CTX can do.
I was just very impressed by the video, because the guy was just out hunting with it. He wasn't trying to promote himself. He wasn't finding gold coins, He was just out. He might have found an Indian head pen. He was out in a spot, and it was muddy as hell. This guy was swimming in mud. But I just since he was using the Manicore and he wasn't He wasn't doing a test video on it or a promotional. He's just out detecting with it, and it seemed like it was very
it's
very
difficult.
reliable.
It's difficult to make people understand. Yeah, you have to reach out to people that have used it, and it's not like the CTX where there's 1,000 guys now that are really really good with the CTX. There's not as many that are that knowledgeable and proficient with the Manicore because the Manicore is so new. But you have to reach out to the guys that are using it. You have to get the general settings, and then just like me with that CTX 3030. Eventually, when you understand the settings, just play with it. Just play with it. Don't get caught up in it says beach mode. Try the beach mode on the farm fields. It works.
You know, I got to tell you something. Maybe this is personal opinion, but on those lines of what you just said, and you've always told me that these are just different filters for the park.
Exactly.
What do you got in most machines? You got park, field, beach.
Yep.
But the funny thing is, to me, it's about the sound and the tones. So I'm used to using it in beach mode a lot because that's mostly where I do my detecting.
Yeah.
And you told me it's just a filter.
That's all it is. It's a filter that's put in place for highly mineral.
But I gotta tell you,
a farm field that's highly mineralized is a farm field that you would probably benefit from using beach mode on.
Right,
and
but
yeah, it's got different frequency packages in it. I understand that, but it's getting depth. We've dug deep on the beach, and anything that's highly mineralized, I had no trouble flipping that over. As a matter of fact, I took beach mode off. The beach mode I built, that's why I use in the field.
I think this limits some people because they feel because there's a park mode that when they go to the park, they have to put it in park mode.
And that's exactly true.
Exactly true. Well, it limits people. I think it hurts them. I tell people, start with the program you're used to. What program are you used to? Oh, I'm used to Beach 2. And you can use the beach. They don't understand that you can use the beach mode in dirt.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if you switch it,
I swear they put beach mode on there just to remind people that you can use it on the beach. Listen, when the Simplex first came out, Simplex has a beach mode on it. And again, I'm not knocking the Simplex. Simplex is a great single frequency machine, and I love that machine when it came out. But everybody was like, "Oh, I can't get it quiet on the beach." Well, and everybody's excuse
wasn't I there that day?
Yeah, you were there that day. And what I did was I actually ran it in field mode, dropped out the iron, and dropped down my sensitivity, and I was popping targets in the water with a single frequency machine.
Well,
it
wasn't
quiet? It wasn't a CTX or a Manicore quiet, but I was digging targets in the surf with the
right.
Simplex.
But wasn't that the same day? There was no beach because you told me it was low tide and the water was up over.
No, that was when we went to that. I forget what beach we were at with Tracy Allen and all those guys.
No. This was the day me and you went out. You told me it was low tide and I was up to my neck in water.
That was different. That was a different day.
Oh no, but you're talking about what the simple. But I'm talking about maybe that was the Legend we took out that day.
We did take the Legend out that one day. That was the day that we found out that the Legend, the Vanquish, and something else all missed that small gold.
Yeah, and the Knox.
Couldn't see that gold ring to save its life.
I had seen somebody make that same post about gold not showing up on their Garrett 400. But
it's a phenomenon. I think that happens with pretty much any machine. There is a range that those machines just don't want to see.
My response was it happens on the high-end machines too.
Yeah, it does. Believe me, it does.
So, Ron, the popularity.
You gotta let me say something because I got something to say. But I've been waiting.
Ronnie's got something to say. Everybody, shut up.
Well, is it about the Manicore? Is it about the Manicore?
Okay. That's the course we're on. All right. So I wanted to say this to all our viewers. Listen carefully, and this includes you, Frank, and well, maybe not yet you, Steve.
If you're saying new CTX is coming out, I'm gonna be bad.
No. There is a Facebook group called MindLab Manticore Unleash the Beast. Go to the page. All our viewers who own Manticores, go to that page and join that group. There's a guy on that group. I guess he is a contributor. His name is Luke Van Ash. He does videos on the Manticore. He'll break down settings for you. He'll show you things. I'm astonished at what he's showing on this. And this guy knows that machine. I don't know if he's an engineer for MindLab, but do yourself a favor. It costs absolutely nothing to go join that group. Watch a couple of his videos. He's also got a Facebook page. Luke Van Ash. And that's LucVanAsschE.
Is he a UK guy?
He might be German. I'm really not sure. I've been watching some of his videos, but very, very educational, because a lot of times you run through all those YouTube channels and you got every Joe Schmo trying to explain it to you. This guy breaks it down.
Wrong.
Yeah,
I'm too busy on the Unleash the Pizza pages.
Well, with you, Steve, all you got to do is call John Porcello for Unleash the Deus 2. And John will fill you up with all you need to know about that machine.
John Porcello, Unleash the Anchor.
After he bends my ear for about an hour. So, okay, good. Well, that's good information, Ron. Now, so the Manticore still runs about how much? $15.99?
MindLab had a price increase at $16.99.
Oh, they went up 100.
Yes, they still offer the military discount. And of course, if you're a member of our group, you contact me, tell me you're a member of the group, and we'll do 10%.
Well, I understand that. Are you doing 10% again?
Yeah, on the Manticore, we got a little more room to move.
Oh, nice. That's good. Good.
It's tough on the 3 machines.
Now, I know people have been asking about different coils. Are they coming in or are they not?
Right now, we can get the 15-inch coils. I have one in stock. The 8 inches are like pulling teeth. I have a waiting list of about maybe 10 right now, and when I get them, I only get 5 at a time, and they're coming a couple of months.
Is this the most popular machine you're selling right now?
We are selling a lot of Manticores. I'm very surprised. The sales are picking up.
Okay.
And I think picking up because more and more people are starting to have knowledge of the machine by seeing videos.
That was the big thing. You know, it was frustrating in the beginning for sure.
I have a question. You're at the shop, you get a phone call, they start talking to you and they seem pretty interested. And they're like, yeah, I probably want to buy one. And then they find out you know Frank. How many people hang up on you?
Sold. Send me 2.
Well, just to say, go ahead.
Well, no, go on. I want you to go.
But basically, what I'm saying is people are calling it, and I'm really shocked because just in the last 3 days, I had people come in looking for different detectors. But when I physically showed them the Manticore, my Manticore, they basically decided that's the machine that they want. So they're coming in looking for an $800 Equinox, and they're walking out with Manticores. Now, and 2 of these people were people who never metal detected before. This is their first metal detector. You know, so for somebody to walk in the door on the blind, show them the detector, and they're walking out with a $1,600 metal detector, it's a lot to say for the machine.
And that even though that Ferris line, that 12 line, is similar to what the CTX has, when you're looking at it and you're seeing, if you know nothing at all, and that target's popping up on that line, well, the worst that's going to happen is you're going to dig a pull tab. The best that's going to happen is you're going to dig a coin or a silver coin or a piece of jewelry. That 12 line, when you look, you're looking at it almost 3-dimensional, 2-dimensional. It's a big difference in deciphering a lot of numbers that come up that don't necessarily mean anything on the CTX.
It's a game
But-
changer. There's not about it.
And seriously, when they find it, so they come to your store and they see Frank's book, or they realize, and they stay in your store when they leave. They don't run.
Let me just remind you that we're in third printing right now, Steve. Let me just toss that
I do
out.
not have any pictures of Frank hanging on my walls.
And you have no books because they sold out.
So there's a guy, Sherlock Tones, NYMC Metal Detective, and NYC Metal Detective, says he's on the fence about the Deus 2 or the Manticore. And yeah, that's a tough decision, it seems, these days. I wouldn't know, I wouldn't know what my decision was made before the Manticore really even came out.
Yeah.
So my dilemma, I didn't run into that dilemma, but that's got to be a pretty hard decision right now. Frank, real quick, I want to ask you. Let me just ask him this question first, Ron. The shaft, the chassis on that. What's your opinion? I'm getting a bunch of different stories.
So my opinion is where Minelab failed was that the chassis that's on the Xterra Pro
Right.
should have been the chassis on the Manticore.
They should have redesigned it.
Listen, I'm a Manticore user. I'm using the Manticore. I do not like the chassis. I do not like the lower shaft system. I do not like those tiny little cams. I foresee problems in the future with that. But for a machine, for a metal detector, you gotta love the machine.
So how likely are you to go aftermarket shaft? Because I'll tell you what.
As soon as one's available that I like, I really do. I love the Xterra Pro. I'm not gonna tell everybody else. My backup right now, I've been using the Xterra Pro, at random stops when I want to throw a metal detector down.
My thing was,
it's awesome.
When I got the Equinox, I couldn't wait to get another shaft.
Yeah.
And the carbon shaft is just so much better. And it's a shame that the company can't come out with. Because now your
shaft is much more rigid.
But now you're forcing me.
Shaft is as big as your pinky. You're still going to have some flex to it. And there's no. I'm sorry, because I don't want to be both sides of the fence, because I do like the machine a lot. But the lower remember the Go Finds when we went to open them up and the lower shaft would come out? Well, the Manticore shaft is not keyed. It can come out. So, and I've got those cams tightened down so that head doesn't spin on.
So, Ron, are there any aftermarket shafts out for the Manticore yet?
Right now, I don't believe anybody is making one. I know there are a couple companies that are making the lower shaft. And this is probably pointed at Don Wendt, because he emailed me today, or he posted today. Nobody, Minelab is not. They're so focused on producing and getting the machines out that they're not really concerned as much about the accessories. So Minelab is not, like, the lower shaft for the Manticore is not available. But I believe a company called Steve's Detector Rods may be making something that I've never seen it, but it's on his website. But we dealers do not have access to that.
If you're capable of making a chassis for the Manticore, pick up the Xterra Pro, feel what that machine feels like, and then consider putting that together for the Manticore.
Why not come out with a graphite shaft like they did for the Equinox? Boom, engineer it. It's not that hard. It's a couple holes.
Yeah.
Right?
No, listen, when I got the Xterra Pro, the first thing I did was put them side by side to see if I could swap out.
Yeah, I know you had said that. Yeah,
you can't
handle. My question to you would be,
shape.
What is it that you like about the Xterra? It's more robust.
It's not carbon fiber. I'll give it that. So it's not about the materials it's made out of more than the shape. It's so much. I'm sorry, the little bump on the Manticore is supposed to make it. It's extremely ergonomic. The cams are not the CTX cams, but they're that type of design. They're big. They're beefy. They snap down. The lower shaft is keyed. You can't pull it out when you're setting it up. it just feels better in my hand. I just like that design, and it's similar in the way it feels in your hand as the Legend, or when I first grabbed the Simplex. It's just a nice design, and there's no, I mean, it's not carbon fiber. There's no flex to it. It's a keyed shaft. It just is. I just like the design. I like the design better. One of the biggest thing that bothers the hell out of me is when I'm opening that thing up on the beach, that Manicore up on the beach, and I'm watching for the little red line because God forbid I go too far. I got the lower shaft floating in the sand.
Okay, well, I mean that's why the red line is there. But again, looking at something like the Xterra Pro, and not pros and cons. I'm not taking sides. I really don't care either way. I like
about the machine.
You're good. If you are the guy that's going to be in the water knee deep, okay, or maybe deeper, you got a lot less drag on that design of the Manticore because it's circular and it decreases in diameter as you go down away.
But you also have more resistance against the shaft. Because the shaft is so small at the bottom, that resistance you're getting, that the ocean attempting to flex that lower shaft isn't a whole heck of a lot better than a chassis the size of the Xterra Pro. Because if I'm knee deep in the water, if I'm up to here in the water, you say what you want. It's more about the water throwing me around than it is throwing around the shaft. I just don't like. I don't like. I think it's too thin of a shaft. I think that somebody needs a nice aftermarket.
I gotta say, in a lot of their machines, they really try, and the shift on the CTX, man, is awesome.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they come out with the Nox, it sucks. Then they come out with other machines that have good shafts, and then they on their new Pride and Joy, the Manicore, the shaft just ain't cutting it for people. That's a shame.
Again, on the 7 and 800 Equinox, same shaft system as the Manicore, collapsible within one another. Diameter tubes that come down in diameter. They fit together. So the new Equinoxes, the 7 and 9, and the Manicore are on the same shaft.
The same shaft.
I'm talking about when they came out with the 800. The 600 and 800, the shaft.
The 800, 600, and 800 was their first shot at the design. And then after a while, obviously, they seen it was a problem. So they weren't going to change midstream. But when they came out with the new machines, then they readjusted.
Right. They paid attention to it.
And I get it. I used the CTX 3030 in chest high water. And you're going to get that resistance trying to swing it. I get it. I swag the Manicore in the water. It's nice to have that thin shaft. It's too thin for me. I don't like the design overall of the shaft. I think the machine's awesome.
Well, one of the downsides to the CTX shaft is when you want to travel with it. I mean, that lower shaft
didn't collapse small enough.
Yeah. Now some aftermarket companies started making breaking down ones, but now you're spending another $150 for a lower breakdown shaft.
At least, yeah.
Yeah, it's a shame. That should be something that
there's a pros and cons no matter how you look at it.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. But I was never bothered as much by the resistance in the water as I am by assembling my metal detector on the beach and having the bottom go flying out into the sand. I did that once or twice with the GoFind. And
do you tighten that little nut on the side?
Let me tell you what, I'm almost at the point where I'm tightening that nut with a wrench. I've got that nut winded down so tight. I'm afraid it hasn't broke, but I'm afraid because and they're small. With the chassis like the Xterra, bring it out to where you want it. You slap that cam shut, and it's shut.
So I think Michael Baumhoff wants you to call him and explain to him how well you like having a shaft in your hand. I think he wants to hear it from you personally. From what I'm reading in the chat.
That's directed to Frank, right?
Right, yeah.
If it wasn't for my arthritis, I'd probably have one in both, man.
Okay, so I see Damian Wolfart's in the chat, so that means he's still with us. And hopefully he's doing better. I did talk to him on the phone. and hopefully we're going to hang out with him at FH10.
Yep.
But I'm going to bring a stopwatch when I get there. I mean, Damien, you got 5 minutes to talk to me. Go. And after he's a great kid. He's a great guy, man. And then so Jim Tippett just had a birthday. Thank God.
Today.
I'm sure this one's special for him.
Today's his birthday.
Right.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I have a feeling he's sitting there a lot happier. He's blowing out these candles than others, probably.
For sure. Yeah, I wish him well. I want his butt out of the hospital and back to swinging.
So I'm glad they're doing well. Ann Hull Kingery had a gallbladder removed today. You don't really need a gallbladder, right?
Hey, I keep them on the shelf just in case. You never know when I might need a spare.
Well, I'm glad she's doing well. I do see Don Went and Michael Baumhoff in the chat. Don't think I don't see you two clowns.
So one day, Steve, I'm going to have because Celeste is in the back room and she's making little comments, little inside joke comments. So one day I'm going to have a chat with you about Celeste talking in her sleep. It's not for the weak-hearted or for live podcasts, but she had a very interesting night of talking in her sleep the other night. Let's just leave it at that.
Can you record it one night?
Can you actually make the words out, or are they kind of like blurry?
I mean, Celeste is a very articulate sleep talker.
You can
hear every word.
Well, my
nothing phases me with her.
It's kind of like blurred what she's saying. Once in a while, it's a word.
Let's put it this way. I'll just give you one tidbit because this is the most docile of all the conversations we're having. I was sound asleep, and I get woken up by this blood-curdling yell. I thought you were coming to bed. I'm like, I'm right here. Back to sleep. And that wait. Privately, I'll have this discussion with you.
I'm sure there's other good things that'll
Oh, you have because she's making comments about a wrench.
Right. Don't worry.
I used the wrench for a very unorthodox medical purpose the other day. I won't go into it here. It wasn't pornographic.
Okay.
Don't worry. Let's just say there's a cyst that I didn't want to go get cut open at the doctor's. So the vice grip wrench came in very handy.
Oh, God. You pull your own teeth too, or what?
Listen, you can't even tell. You don't even know where it was because
Is that the Frank? All right, nobody listen. All right, nobody listen about what our conversation. Stop listening right now. Is that hemorrhoid thing you got going on again?
It's the same principle.
But he needed longer handles.
All right, everyone else can start listening now. I just had to ask Frank that question.
Same principle, different location.
I didn't want anyone to know. Hey, listen, does anybody know? I want to know if we're going to do we have Wi-Fi service out at Camp Freedom now? I mean,
we ask that every year we go. I don't think so. Now we can use the phone. But I don't know if it's going to be enough for video.
Greg broadcasts from there every once in a while, so maybe it'll be okay.
Yeah, we should probably have. Yeah, that's true too. He does.
Our Airbnb should have Wi-Fi.
Yeah, but no. I want to broadcast from the hunt, from the dig.
Well, we broadcast from the Airbnb too. Maybe Celeste will have a conversation in her sleep.
Dude, we could all listen. We could all just sit there and wait for. We'll all sit there.
You won't even have to be in the same room. You'll hear her from the other end of the house.
She does some funny shit, man.
She just had a very talkative night the other night. That's all I'm going to say.
So, all right, let's discuss we already know the rules of the giveaway. How did we get that again? Tom Burt Kingery.
Tom Burt Kingery and his wife Ann had already purchased tickets to go to the hunt. He won another ticket. They won another ticket on our show. He contacted Greg. and said, Greg, I want to take it and I'd like to give it away on the show. Greg said, that's fine. So what we did was we put together a list. I'm going to go check my page one more time, make sure nobody else entered.
So you're checking it twice.
I'm checking it twice.
Okay.
And
Do me a favor.
if you are
Do me a favor.
going and
Hold
haven't
on,
bought
hold
your
on.
ticket yet,
Can you check that list and see who's naughty or nice?
that's a whole different list, baby.
Oh, a whole different list. Okay.
Hold on. So let me just go check here.
But now, when we do these drawings, there are certain rules.
I think we're good.
And number one, we already know that the people who have signed up do not already own a ticket and are going to go to FH10 if they win. That's the one thing we want this to go to someone who's going to go to FH10. It's not non-transferable. It goes to whoever wins. You can't sell it to your grandma.
If you win and somebody else shows up for the ticket, they're not getting in.
Well, I'm off. Like, give my ticket to Debbie Pacifico, not Steve.
So I told you on the page, you had a very good shot at winning this. Again, I know it's late in the season. A lot of people have already got their bookings done.
Hey, Frank, I
Yeah.
got a name. Jeff Dietz is saying he'd like to sign up.
All right, well, let me run and put him on the wheel.
See that? I happened to look over in the chat, and Jeff, you just got lucky because Frank said you were to message him, but I saw it in the chat, so that's good. We'll get you on there. DEITZ.
I might have spelled it wrong, but
That's
close
you know
enough.
who he is.
We'll know who you are.
Now when we call your name, you have to be here. You'll have 1 minute to answer up. How many names do you have? 7?
7 as of right now. 7
And
names.
I think that's great because it eliminates us calling name after name.
Last time I talked to Greg, there was like 300 people going to. So I'm not surprised that most people have their reservations and their.
All right, we got Ian Aiken. Aiken.
Hold on, I got to go back.
Sure,
don't read the page. Tell me now.
Well, no, I know. Well, listen, you guys are just getting lucky. Listen, and I'm not responsible. If I miss a name one there, the ones that get put in, don't blame me. I just happen to be looking over and I see it. There's no obligation for us to put you in at this point. When, all right, Filippi, James Filippi. And Joseph Haynes. Did you get Joseph Haynes?
Nope.
James Filippi and Joseph Haynes. I'm not being responsible if I miss your name because I'm busy. I'm doing stuff here.
All right, what was the other names?
I don't know. Filippi.
Yeah, Felipe.
Joseph Haynes.
Joseph Haynes.
Ian Aikman.
Hold on, Joe. You talking like I can type.
And Jeff Dietz. Greg Papalo.
He's already going. I know that. All right, though. Jeff Dietz, Ian Aiken, James Felipe, Joseph Haynes. We got 1, 2.
Barb is saying her, but is Barb going or no? No, she's saying me, LOL. So what is that? Do you want to get put in or not, Barb?
It all depends if Barb's bringing me cookies. Barb, are you going? Do you want to go? I'll put your name in.
Oh, and Hugh Jass, Hugh JASS. Hugh JSS wants to be in.
Okay.
So now I guess I'm sitting here waiting for Barb.
What about Anita Stiffy?
Barb is now again. She's saying I said add me, LOL. So put Barb in, and you know what? If she wins, she's gonna freaking go now.
I don't have tickets yet, but I don't want to get on the wheel.
I'll put your name in.
Nah.
Am I putting Barb in or not?
Yeah, it appears that Barb wants to be in.
Okay.
Daniel Lewis is in.
Yeah, Daniel Lewis is in.
Jeff Dietz, because I think someone's pranking you with Hugh J. No shit, I knew that. Art Vandelay. Art Vandelay.
Yeah, he's been banned, I heard. All right.
How many people you got?
So, all right, Greg's in the chat. Greg, do we have internet out there? Is there Wi-Fi out there, or you just gotta hope your phone works? So, Greg, let me know. Come on, pick a winner. No, Raymond Jones. We'll do it at my speed.
Thank you, Dave Wise.
Yes, good signal.
Good. Okay, good. So we gotta get me some kind of battery, Frank, that we can run a phone all day long on.
I've got one actually.
All right, and if you got a holder. Oh, if you got a phone too.
It's a big thing like this that you plug Ryobi batteries into.
No, I know. I just need that and maybe a phone mount. We can mount it right on a table.
I've got a whatchamacallit? I've got a stand.
Okay, yeah. I just want to put a phone on there and let it run all day.
Don wants to know how many bridges from my place to the location. None. 0. Well, 1, but it's low, so it's okay.
One tunnel.
No tunnel. One of those low bridges that goes across the Tampa Bay, but I'm okay with those.
How'd you like my Delaware Memorial Bridge?
F that bridge. I hate that bridge.
I like it. So what do you say we give away a free entry to FH10? And I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Let me share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, is that who's that on the left side? No one. Okay.
It's an advertisement. Good, because it's free. I have to put up with the advertisement.
Oh my God, we can see the names.
All right, I'm going to
shuffle.
I'm going to isolate that screen.
Shuffle.
Oh yeah. Well, hold on. Relax. Okay. Let me
shuffle.
Okay. Shuffle.
And I want to hear.
I have no music, guys. Sorry.
I want to hear that. Music that Shelly plays.
I don't even know if I'm on the same screen. You can just sing it. Beep boop ba. All right, you ready? Here goes. It's not a long spin either. It's going to be over quick.
Do you say that to all the girls?
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
As long as Don Went don't win. Oh, no. Keep going. Wait, keep going. Oh, no.
All right, that was spin 1 out of 10.
No. Yeah, you got to win 3 out of 7.
It's the best of 3, Matt. No way.
Somebody just asked Matt. Well, he hasn't answered up yet, so we got to give him 1 minute.
Yeah, he already answered.
No, stop. Will you stop? You're supposed to say you don't sing.
Oh, no. That was not Matt.
You idiot. He answered.
I see him on Facebook. Heck yeah.
Good. Then you can use that money to buy me dinner.
Now that you won an entry, Matt, you can bring the tools to fix that noise my truck's making. All right.
He got so lucky. You want to take that off the screen now? He got so lucky.
I know. That's pretty good. So congratulations to Joni Quaital. We don't give Matt.
Yeah, Joni's going to FH10. Joni's going to FH10. That's
Joni,
right.
Congratulations on your win.
And it's non-transferable, so she's got to go.
Yeah, I'll go back in real quick and change it to Joni.
That's right. Wait a minute, though. Hold on. He's not allowed to win. It's got to go to Joni.
Everything goes to Joni when he wins.
And she can't go. Incredible. Ain't that some snowballing? Are we doing other giveaways? Because
yes, I got a couple things we can give away.
let me make a wheel and then erase Baumhoff and went from it. Take Porcella out of it. I see, dude. I see our avid viewers, Mark Anthony and Jen Foreman in the chat.
Yeah, I saw them earlier too.
Yeah,
Well, I saw Jen. I didn't see Mark.
he's
Yeah,
in there.
he's here.
My man don't miss this show. He did some kind of special. They were filming at a shop, and I think
documentary or something.
I should have been there.
Yeah, sorry. We have a private club for that too. Only those of us who are been on TV can go, Steve. And that thing you were on TV for with the restraining order stuff, that don't count.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Mark Anthony would actually invite me, not like you cheese and
That's good. He
person.
doesn't know you like I know you. First of all, let me explain something to you. I went to the freaking producer and asked him if you could come along. I told him, I said, he would carry all your luggage.
Oh yeah, you watch that one. So now, like I said, I just keep singing names I can't wait to see at this place. I think Baumhoff should have gone. I don't know why he can't go.
Joni's not going?
No, Joni's not going. She can't take off.
Oh, then we should spin again.
All right, so I'll do this wheel share so you guys can see. How do I do this again?
Hit share.
Oh, present.
Then I have to let it
Share
in.
screen. Share screen. And I want wheel of names. And you'll notice that you won't see. Can you get that on? You won't see Porcello, Went, or anyone else on that. All right, so you can see the names. Look, Baumhoff's right at the top, which you don't belong there. Chuck Smalley's in the house.
Hey, Chuckster.
Whoa, is he sneaking in on my show?
No,
Dude,
wait, we have to find out what we're giving away first, too.
Did you see that? Hold on, I'm talking. Did you see the cardigan Chuck was wearing? Man, my man was styling with that sweater last night.
Chuck, we want to see Josh.
All right, there's Don Went. He's in there. I saw Baumhoff, and then Porcello's name's in there somewhere. All right, so before you guys go and cry, oh, he takes me out of there. Oh, God, he says he takes me out. Oh, all right, what are we giving away?
An 1880 Indian head cent.
Oh,
Barb's all excited now.
I've got a 1945 P Philadelphia silver nickel, 35% silver there. There you go. We have a 1951. Somebody staple these together. Philadelphia Mint silver quarter. Real nice shape.
nice.
Beautiful.
All right, so we got three things to give away today.
What are we starting with?
Penny nickel quarter.
Indian head penny.
All right. That's going to not go to Michael Baumhoff or Don Went.
Boop, beep, bah.
Boop, beep, bop. Mimu.
Dan Watson.
Dan Watson.
Dan Watson's got to answer up. Now,
Got to answer up, Stan. You got 1 minute. And while we're waiting, I'm going to go get some more iced tea. Woohoo.
1 minute for Stan Watson to answer up to win. He's here. So, Stan Watson, you're going to send Ron DeGhetto your information. Okay? Now we're going to draw for the war nickel.
Boop, beep, bah.
And that person is going to be not Don Went. Joe Weld. Oh, I just saw my friend Elaine Fawns. Hi, Elaine. always got to give a shout out to Elaine and her husband Rich, my lovely friends, my awesome friends. Joe Wells. Joe Wells has 1 minute to answer up.
Every time I hear that name, I think you're saying Dawn Wells, and then I get nostalgic for Gilligan's Island.
Oh my God, yeah.
I've seen Joe. It's not the same person.
What's that? I don't see him answering yet.
Joe Wells is here.
He is?
Mm-hmm.
There we go. I see him. Good.
All right, Joe Wells. Make sure these guys send me their addresses.
Yeah, I'll you know what?
Joe, are you related to Dawn, and do you have any autographed photographs?
I'm going to.
She just passed away a couple months ago.
Yeah. Look, I don't like Robert Dick, so I'm choosing again.
I'm going digging with Robert Dix. I think that day after tomorrow.
Hey, anybody that wants to go detecting with us when I'm down there. That's funny.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's funny.
Joe's not related to Dawn, but he did meet the skipper. Does the
Robert
skipper have
Dick.
any pictures of Dawn?
Robert Dix wins.
Yeah, please send me your address.
Robert Dix.
So now, how do I remove that screen?
I can remove it, I think.
Stop screen. Oh, remove from stage. There we go.
Is that all? We gave them all away?
Yeah, we gave them all away.
I was busy getting my iced tea.
Yeah.
So I will be taking the manicure out on, I think, Wednesday.
Yeah, you hunted with him once before, or a couple times before.
Yeah.
Again, someone who knows you and actually is willing to go out with you again.
I'm a wonderful person. I have a magnetic personality. Can I tell you?
You have a personality. That's correct.
And not one time have I walked on the beach and stubbed my toe on an anchor. Not once. I keep trying, but it just doesn't
If
happen.
you did, would you know what it was?
I would ask John. He would tell me. Oh, by the way, John Porcella, Dauphine is an area in France. It's not a mammal. So just get that spelling straightened out for you, buddy.
Why isn't is it not an animal?
I made a joke about I made something called potatoes dauphinois.
Right.
And I put the first picture of anything that looked like a porpoise or a freaking dolphin up, and I said it was made with fresh dauphines. Dauphines.
And he thought you were.
Well, John proceeded to write a novel of the differences between dolphins and porpoises.
Novel?
Like, John, have you? And then, but he was being backed up by another scholar by the name of Steve McAvoy. And I'm like, guys, are you freaking reading the damn? It's Dauphine. It has nothing to do with dolphin. It was a joke, but I got
another scholar
dissertation from these two about the differences between dolphin and the dorsal fin. And I told him, I said, last time I checked, John, potatoes didn't have dorsal fins, and neither did France.
The meat eater was making comments about fish. What?
Yeah, it was a big joke because I said Dauphine. They went, it's a porpoise. Who cares? It's Dauphine. It's an area of France, you idiots. It's not freaking a fish.
I actually saw that post, and I'm looking at it, and I said, what the hell is he talking about? And that was the end of it. I didn't even say nothing.
But,
I
have now been educated.
You know what? When it comes to us doing the show, when the shows come on Monday night, we should put John Porcella on suspend so he can't post. He can watch, but he can't reply to anything we say. He would get so mad.
Oh my God.
These boys.
Shit gets funny.
Right.
It's funny. So what do we got in the future? What's how many weeks we got now? It's
We only got a couple.
21 days, 20. Dude, it's
I
getting
want to reach back out to our friend at Anderson Shafts and try and get him on because he got screwed royalty with our technical problems. and I want to have Ryan on, and I want to see if I can get him to build me a shaft for my my manicore.
There you go.
So I guess 16 days I'll be there. And dude, looks like we're gonna get to do a show from your house sitting side by side. What the hell's that gonna be like?
I thought you were coming in on a Wednesday.
Okay, yeah, but that Monday we can do a
Monday
show.
when we get back. Yeah, we'll come back.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing. How long has it been since we sat in the same room and did a show?
I know. God,
that's gonna be funny.
I was living in Jersey. We weren't sitting in the same room doing the show.
No, I know. That's what I mean. Even yeah.
COVID put us on this awesome platform. Well, there's 12 other ones we tried, but
yeah, we've done a couple. This one seems pretty nice. It's working pretty good.
I'm liking this StreamYard. I am.
Yeah.
I can actually hook up 2 cameras when we're here sitting next to each other, because I know you like to sit on my lap, but I can actually hook up camera.
Yeah, that's what you want. You want me to sit on your lap. That's a great idea. I dare you.
Listen,
2 broken legs.
Celeste said in her sleep. Want me to whisper what Celeste was telling me in her sleep?
Oh God.
So
get Greg to give away another free entry. Greg didn't give away this entry.
That.
This entry was donated to us by Ann and Tom Kingery.
Somebody's cleaning the keyboard.
You know, I'm gonna tell you a little. You want to hear a little story about this stuff? I can't really tell it, but trust me, there are people out in the world that inhale this stuff like it was water.
Yeah.
And it's the worst thing you can do for your body.
Absolutely.
And
I kicked it. I kicked that habit, went to vape pens.
And you know what? When you use this stuff, the can gets cold. And people actually get burned from it. They get a freezer burn. Like if they hold, some people wear gloves because it gets cold, but if they pass out and put it, I've seen them get burns from this stuff.
It'll freeze your skin. Yeah, absolutely.
I'll refrain from the horror stories.
I'm going to have my critter cam out at FH10. Now, Roger King, vaping, matter of fact, vaping is not only healthy, it's like eating vegetables. That's what I was told.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's like eating vegetables through your ears. If that makes any sense.
So you ready to go to Florida, Ron?
I can't wait, dude. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I might not come back. I don't know. I'm thinking about it.
Well, good thing you're going to Gainesville. It'll probably be 20 degrees that day.
So let me ask you a question, Ron. When you first became our sponsor, it seemed like it was really hard to get you out of the house. You're like, I got a business to run. I just can't be doing this stuff. And then all of a sudden you were like, yeah, maybe I should start doing this stuff.
Ron was driving 2.5 hours down. Ron thanks the Lord every day for COVID because it put us on this platform.
And all of a sudden he's closing his shop for weeks at a time, going on vacation with us. Do you remember that? You wouldn't leave the shop. Now all of a sudden you're like, yeah, I'm going to Florida for a week.
Steve, you're
something about
happy you're
Florida.
Yeah,
something about Florida, sunshine.
You're lucky, Steve, you're not down here this week.
Why?
Because apparently this is the annual bring your bratty ass grandkids to the park day. Because, oh my God, I thought I was back in Vineland on the Avenue.
Question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What's with this turning the water off crap?
So I don't know why, but every year we go through a stint where the water's out for a couple hours, and I guess it must have been the frigid 50-degree temperatures that blew out the main up around the corner.
Well, because I want to give you a little heads up. You might want to tell them to make sure the water's running between 8 and 8:30 in the morning.
It was good. It was good, man. I was cooking dinner. I just finished dinner, and I keep a water filter tank in my fridge, and I should fill that up. I was like, now I'll fill it up later.
Oh.
And dinner was done. everybody left. I went in to fill the water tank up, and there's no water. And there was no water till like 9 o'clock that night.
And let's put it this way: if that water gets turned off at around 8:15 in the morning, we all might be going out for breakfast, and you're probably going to want to even take the dogs with us.
Yeah, the problem is when the water goes out here, it goes out everywhere here. Like,
Well, you ain't going to want to be in that house when
I was getting buckets, getting ready to go down to the pool and pick up a little water.
That's what I heard. All right, so you know what? Let's get out. Oh yeah, I got to go. We got to close this up. I got something to do.
Yeah,
So,
me too.
Ronnie, you want to say goodnight to everyone?
Good night, everybody. It was a pleasure. They actually let me talk a little bit tonight.
Yeah, well, don't get too used to
If
it.
I was really funny, I would have removed Ronnie in mid-sentence.
Remember we used to do that? Yeah, don't get too comfortable with that talking thing, Ron. All right?
At least you learned something.
Yeah, you the man,
Exactly.
buddy. And folks, don't forget the gold digger. He's got it. You want it. He's got it. I mean, it's the time.
I want to be number one on the list for the CTX 3031.
And listen, tax money's going to start coming back to you. Best tax money I ever invested was with Ron.
Perfect time for ugly boxes and aqua tax. Just saying.
It
And
is.
of course, on the top of your list.
Get those headphones for the summer. And if you're going to get a manicure, get headphones with it.
And if you're a winter hunter, they're like earmuffs. They keep your ears warm too.
They're nice. Listen, I like those things. I can tell you. I've had them.
I just mailed out today the woman who won the remember we gave away like 3 weeks ago.
Did we? All right, Ronnie said goodnight. Let's let Ronnie go, and then we're gonna talk about him behind his back.
Yeah.
So
how do I get him? Wait a minute. How do I get him out? Oh, there it is. Okay.
you know, you're calling other people geniuses. You ain't too bright. Scott, the scholar.
They were co-scholars that day.
They're good to laugh at. They're good to laugh at. So what else? Like, all right, let me get out of here because
I'll show you my Mensa application.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or was that menstrual? I can't remember.
Definitely it is. So I got to shut down. I got to make a phone call. It's not going to be fun.
All right, brother.
So, all right. Good night, everyone. I'll talk to you. Hasta la pasta.
We'll see you next week. I'll try to have somebody on.
Whatever. It don't matter. We still, I don't know. We get some good shows no matter what people think.
It's a perfect night for another electrolysis.
And we still let Michael Baumhoff and Don Wenton here, and the show goes fine. So, you know what? As soon as we're done here, I'm deleting them from the page.
There you go.
Again. All right. Good night, everyone.
All right, guys. We'll see you later. See you next week. Remember, drive safely.